Hello folks, George Jardin from Adobe Systems here. What has the transition to shooting RAW meant to my photography? Simple. First, it's meant when my flash doesn't fire, as in this shot of the incomparable Helga, I can still pull out a rich and creamy rendition, like this, with smooth gradations all the way down into the shadows, and with very low noise. Shooting with RAW means that when I'm shooting in weird mixed lighting conditions, like this, I can always go back and adjust my white balance after the fact, without any penalty, and pull out a corrected rendition, like this. When I'm shooting in backlight, as in this example, and the dynamic range is simply too much for the sensor to handle, it means that I can go in and recover a lot of that highlight detail in the beard, like this. It also means that I have complete flexibility when it comes to black and white conversion, and toning each color to the value I saw in my mind's eye. It means when I'm headed northwest along the Navarro River and I emerge from the redwood forest right where the river hits the ocean and I find this lovely sunset, a RAW capture gives me the detail and color depth in the highlights that I need to pull this out of the pixels. It means when I'm riding on a bumpy set of rails along the Tibetan Plateau, shooting out the train window, that if I don't hit my exposure right on the money, I can always pull the detail out of those clouds, like this, when I get back to the hotel in Lhasa. It means when I'm shooting in very flat light down onto Lake Yadrotso from around 16,000 feet in elevation, I can always set my own black point and white point later and finesse the color of the shot to make it all worthwhile. So, what are you doing still shooting JPEG? Yikes, call me a doctor. I think I've got a headache.